So you're planning a trip to Bangkok, Thailand, and you're looking at various hotels and Marriott's on your list? Well, we're longtime Marriott owners, and we will go over the pros and the cons and everything in between, and we're gonna give you our take on whether we would stay at the Empire Place or Empire Towers by Marriott if we were to come back here again. Stay tuned. Okay, let's go over the pros, shall we?
Ooh, okay. Well, one thing that I really like is that this is a timeshare property. So it comes with a lot of amenities, which is great.
Well, I think the pool was quite surprising.
That was very surprising.
You were kind of thinking it might be like an indoor pool or this or that or whatever.
It's typically like in the cities, a lot of the Marriott hotels have their pools like inside, and I'm like, that's a waste of space.
Right, and no sun. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's outside. There's lots of beautiful trees, beautiful skyscrapers all around. It's actually lovely.
Yeah, it was like a little oasis.
It was. Yeah. So pretty.
And then the gym, you know, so you can stay fit and work out while you're on your vacation, because you're probably going to do a longer stay if you're going to fly all the way to Bangkok, Thailand. And I was pleasantly surprised. They have free weights. They have a bunch of machines. They have treadmill. They have elliptical.
And it's 2 stories, and the view is spectacular because you're just like either looking at the pool or looking at skyscrapers, and it was just lovely.
Yeah, they had the big glass windows looking the outside of the skyscraper to the skyline views kind of thing, and then they had glass windows overlooking the pool.
Oh yeah.
So inward towards the courtyard kind of area of everything. That was really cool.
Yep.
And I thought the sauna and
that was a nice touch.
And the steam room.
Yes. Yes.
And lockers and like the whole deal. I'm like, wow.
The only thing missing is a cold plunge.
Oh, that's true. I didn't see a cold plunge. Yeah, I don't think they got a cold plunge.
But they do have a whirlpool, like a jacuzzi.
Okay.
That was very,
just off the pool there, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. What else? Oh, they have the library kind of like quiet time area.
So cool. I've never seen that in a hotel before. Like it's a whole closed off actual library where there's books and you take your shoes off.
Yeah,
you go
right.
It's all quiet.
It's all quiet in there. It's gonna be really quiet in the library.
It's very cool.
Okay, so what else?
Okay, here's one that I was totally
think I know where you're going.
by. I was like, we were looking at like the pool area and the gym area, and as we were walking away, I turned and looked over my shoulder and I was like, wait, what's that?
Why are there lights up on the top?
I looked up and there's a whole tennis court on the top floor that overlooks the pool, like you have 360-degree views of the skyline. It was
pretty awesome.
It was very cool. So if you're a tennis person, oh my gosh, you would absolutely love it. So bring your racket on your trip for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any for you to borrow or not. We didn't ask about that. We actually didn't have time to play tennis.
No,
but the court's there, so there you go.
All right.
So one other thing, and I think you might have mentioned this, that it is a timeshare, and you mentioned the amenities.
Yes.
I would say that because it's a timeshare, you've already paid for it, so you're not having to fork out extra dough for a hotel in Bangkok, because you can utilize this place.
That's true.
Because you've already prepaid it.
That's true.
All right, another amenity that we want to talk about on the pro side is the room.
Oh yeah.
Right? Obviously, there are some neat things in the room that you don't get with most hotels.
Well, first of all, when you walk in, I just think it's like beautiful. I think they did a really good job with all of the decor. Like it's super clean, and I was just like, when we walked in, I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, and they got the balcony, kind of looking at it over here, and the kind of the skyscraper views. Oh, I like that there's 2 separate, like from the bedroom to the living room area, which we're shooting in now, our family room, and they each have TVs. So she, sometimes when we're doing these, going to see all the sites, she's like, she's already like,
I'm tired, I want to go to sleep.
Getting dressed or undressed for bed before we ever, like, I'm out of here, good night. Like, okay, I'm not quite ready yet. So I get to watch, you know, some nature shows or whatever, sports, and then come to bed, and it doesn't keep her up. So that was a nice feature.
I am super grateful.
No frosted glass, and the bathroom division between the bedroom is a door, so you can stay dark in the bedroom. So we really like that as well. I do like, as another pro, the washer dryer.
Oh, that is nice feature,
great. You can pack lighter.
Coming all the way here, it's a long flight. Goodness gracious, you don't want to have to pack your entire wardrobe, right? So you can actually wash your clothes. clothes, which he keeps encouraging me to do.
Me too. It's hot here and it's humid.
Oh yeah.
You come back to the room and your shirt's wet when you're lugging around the backpack.
Oh gosh.
So absolutely.
Okay.
What's another thing you like? What's another pro, babe?
Okay, well, one thing that I love is there are so many street vendors, like food street vendors that are just right outside of the hotel, which is
Hang a left.
fantastic. Oh my gosh, one of the first things that I ate when we got here was chicken on a stick, like fried chicken on a stick, right in front of our hotel. And how much was it? Like 20 baht? 20 baht
So
for one stick, which is how many dollars is that?
I think that's like 70 cents.
70 cents.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, and it was delicious.
It was.
It
was all thigh meat, like the flavorful.
So good.
So good. Yeah, so we that guy knows us by name now.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that's cool. And then another thing is you have refrigerator, microwave, stove or oven or whatever, full kitchen. And then there's a 7-Eleven.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, I took your thunder. Okay, so right out to the main street, hang a left, that's where the food vendors are. And then a little bit farther is the 7-Eleven, which is super convenient.
And 7-Eleven is a big deal in Thailand. They're not like 7-Elevens in the States.
Yeah, they got all kinds of different stuff.
Oh my gosh, they're huge. They're like almost full-on grocery stores. All kinds of microwavable foods and snacks and
Toasties.
Leos. Well, you don't put those in the microwave.
Yeah. You put those in the fridge.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so what else you got? What else do you love about this place?
So another pro, since you asked, is I think the staff is super friendly.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, and unlike the States where they don't clean your room every day, here they clean your room every day.
They do.
Which Lexi loves. She loves climbing into a freshly made bed.
Nice and
Yes. Crisp, but so
crisp,
you love that, right? And they were super accommodating, super friendly. I mean, that is the culture in Bangkok, right? I mean, it's the land, what is it? The land of smiles or the kingdom of smiles, and they're just super friendly and so on. And so that holds up here at the Marriott Bangkok. The staff is great.
They are so great.
Another thing that I really like about this room, if you travel a lot like we do, beds are always different.
Oh gosh, that's so
And
true.
getting a good night's sleep is a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, we err on the side of having a firm mattress.
Yes.
Not rock hard, but not, it'd be firm medium.
On a cloud.
Yeah, firm medium. And this mattress was great.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is on the firm side.
I slept like a baby
so good.
every single night.
And when you're lugging a backpack around like I did, and you got the, you want some support for your back, for sure. You don't want to just sink in there. So that was really nice. What would be another pro?
Oh, I know. So it's very conveniently located to the SkyTrain. And because it's a little bit far outside of town, and so being located next to public transportation is so convenient. I mean, it's literally like a quick little walk, and then you just can almost get anywhere, which is nice.
Yeah, so you have access to both systems, the SkyTrain and the Metro. And if you're curious about transportation in Bangkok, here's a little shameless plug. You should go watch our video on all things transportation in Bangkok. We wrote it all for your benefit so you could
know how to get around.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so on to the cons.
Yes, let's talk about the cons, and there are some cons. So you want to pay attention here. All right, so if you stay at a consistent hotel brand, you earn status and so on, and it's quite nice when you get 4 o'clock late checkout and free breakfast and things we've mentioned before, which we've earned through years of travel with Marriott. However, one of my pet peeves, when it's a Marriott Vacation Club, they do not honor Bonvoy status. So we happen to hit titanium status this year, which is like the first time ever for us. And so there's some really cool things with there.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Now, I'll give you a little pro tip. I did email the staff ahead of time before coming here and really kind of leaned a little bit on the Bonvoy status and this and that and so on. And so one of the things that they did for us is they did have a bowl of fresh fruit when we arrived. And then when we were checking in, I said, we really like fruit. Would you be able to, give us fruit each day, being that we're titanium or lifetime platinum or whatever.
Such a little negotiator.
Yeah, and so they did. So we've got fresh fruit fruit. They fill our bowl. We've had dragon fruit. We've had all sorts of stuff.
Bananas, oranges.
So that's the accommodation of the staff. They're great.
They're fantastic.
Right? So no Bonvoy status honored, no breakfast. There's no amenities here in regards to restaurants, food on property.
That's true.
You have to leave the property. Most restaurants, not street vendors, but restaurants, the closest they say is 4/10 of a mile. Most of them are 8/10 to a mile away.
But you got chicken on a stick.
There you go, and 7-Eleven Toasties, baby. You could have a couple Leos and a couple Toasties on the balcony.
Easy to please.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Okay, so I know another con. So this is a timeshare location, right?
Oh, I know where you're going.
So they
you love these.
really encourage you to go to a timeshare presentation. The entire time that you're here, they like send you little notes like, hey, do you want to come to a timeshare presentation? No, we don't.
And it is funny on that note, like one of the gifts is like 25,000 points, which is not much. And then another choice is $100, which in Thailand, $100 could go pretty darn far. Like you can almost stretch it out 2 days depending on where you eat.
Yeah.
If you go to Chattachuk Market, shoot, I had a full awesome dinner for 50 baht. So
which is like $1.50.
Yeah. So $100 could go far. But when you're coming from America, you're like, to waste my time on vacation in a timeshare thing for $100, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
Thank you.
So that's a good point, babe. All right, babes. What would be another con? I know this is kind of big for you, even though I was the one lugging the luggage there at the end because you got a little tired. So
I was so tired. Okay, so probably the biggest con for me, and I think this is just like because this is how we chose to get from the airport to the hotel. There's so many options. Again, I refer back to our transportation video, but we chose to take the metro to the SkyTrain to the hotel, right? So again, there's like I think it's a 1 block from the SkyTrain to our hotel, which is not very much at all. However, when you're lugging your luggage all the way from the airport to the metro and then transfer from the metro to the SkyTrain, and then from the SkyTrain, you have to lug your luggage down the street a block to the hotel, it just seems a little excessive, but you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah, and then when you get off the SkyTrain, you're elevated above all the roads, and so you're walking on that sky bridge or whatever to where you finally get to the stairs to come down on your street, and then it's a block.
Lot of stairs going down from the SkyTrain, and if you have big luggage that's heavy, it's not like you can like drag it down the stairs, and there's no elevators. Oh no! Only stairs.
Well, you had a big, strong guy.
That is true. My big, strong guy carried it for me. And I was like, good job, babe.
That's right. Go, babe, go.
All right, any other cons that come to mind?
Oh, other cons. I would say that the location of the hotel is not ideal if it's your first time in Bangkok in regards to seeing various sites and attractions and kind of the big, like I got to go see the Grand Palace and I got to see Wat Arun and, and Chinatown and then Chattachuk Market. I mean, one thing about Bangkok, it's a big city. It's spread out. It's not walkable like Boston where everything was so close. I was
expecting it to be like Washington, D.C. or maybe San Francisco where it's like a big city, but it still is easy to access everything.
Oh no, you're having to take transportation.
It's like Los Angeles, but like all of Los Angeles in skyscrapers. And it takes no less than, I would say 30 minutes from this location to get to anywhere that you want to go.
Depending on traffic,
Yeah, because if you're taking a taxi or a Bolt or a Grab car, like the traffic is so horrific that you're literally in bumper to bumper traffic, no matter where you go, no matter what time of day. So the fastest way to get around is like a motorbike, but only one person can sit on it.
Or two. Go check out our transportation.
To wrap up.
What would you, babe? Would you come back to this location, this facility?
Okay.
Knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, I don't think that I would come back here simply for the reason that it's not convenient to everything that you want to do.
Yeah, so I feel the same, although the property's really nice. I do like it. The amenities are great. The staff's great. There's some real pros here. However, when you want to go out and see the city and do stuff and so on, day after day, it gets a little tiring having to coordinate all your transportation and to go and you're burning time doing all that stuff. There are a few other Marriott properties that are hotel that you could utilize your Bonvoy points and so on. There's a really, really nice Marriott brand, like the actual Marriott brand. I think it's like Sukhumvit or something. I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, check that one out. It's really, really nice. And I think it's a little better location-wise to some of the amenities and sites and different things that you want to do. So, but on a first visit, and you're gonna stay a little longer and maybe you don't, you know, or maybe second or third visit and you've kind of seen a lot of the big sites. You're like, I don't need to go see Wat Arun again or the Grand Palace. Like, I'm good. I just want to get in the feel of Bangkok. Then this probably, because this would be like a home away from home.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree on that because it's very nice. They've done a wonderful job here. There's only 55
units.
Actual vacation club units on this property, so you get a lot of attention from the staff, which is nice.
That is true. Yeah. So, well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Hope this was helpful for you as you're planning your trip to Bangkok. And as always, found some value, do the things, like, subscribe, comment, and we appreciate you guys.
All right, bye. See you next time.
Peace.